So, yup.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
What? Ex Machina? Wait a second. Hold up.
But we gotta speak through this. All right.
This.
Kool-Aid, buddy.
Today we're reacting to the artist Yves, who you guys know pretty well.
Bite.
What?
Her first song, Bite.
And this is her solo song Ex Machina, which is like, isn't that an anime or something?
Well, okay, so there's the concept of a Deus ex machina, which is this plot device where like some other person like finds something in their pocket and is like, oh, this is the answer to all of the tension we've built. So it just fixes the problem like almost with the snap of a finger. Of course, there's also the movie Ex Machina, which is a phenomenal sci-fi film about artificial intelligence that befriends a person. They engage in a bunch of interviews and then, oh, shit goes down at the end.
The lyrics express a longing to reconnect with someone who feels distant and unreachable as the singer asks, "Do you get me from the other side?" They're haunted by memories of youth and lost love, unable to let go as the person they yearn for keeps fading away, despite their desire to know, hold, and see them again.
The song is written by Yves, Iowa, and OJV3, which...
Iowa?
I heard Iowa.
Yeah, it's spelled I-O-A-H, so I'm guessing it's pronounced Iowa.
I-O-A-H. Yo.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. This is like the Swedish movie. Person. Oh my.
Wow.
Artful.
A swab test?
Isn't this the member that people think is a little fruity?
Okay, the queer yearning though.
I'm sorry, what key are we in? It feels like we're somewhere in between two keys.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's so high.
So high.
Ooh.
Yo, this is like one of those weird Korean thrillers where you're not really sure what's happening.
The guitar got so much more resonant.
What's going on?
Oh! It's really high.
Is she okay?
What?
Oh! I love how simple the orchestration is.
These pitches are throwing me. Like G minor, C minor question mark, E flat. Yeah, but with that G major chord. It's like out of 2 and 2, so I'm like, damn,
Nice,
she's got the octave up.
Octaves.
Yeah.
That was kind of scary.
Goodness gracious, that's so scary. Ah!
Oh, what's going on?
Is it like sewn shut?
That's freaky. Also, we just like sonically went somewhere, but I was like so freaked out by that.
It was very well timed.
We have strings. Strings.
Wait, I'm invested in the story too.
Whoa, okay, good.
There's something so unsettling about the pitches and like the... Oh, they're happy now. These swells of background synths.
Man, I love that the drums don't come in until like now. That's great.
This is so like artsy. Oh my god.
Oh.
Whoa, it's color.
Oh, wait, what? Why is the tree bleeding?
Oh, what a subdued sound. I love that.
Are they gonna kill each other?
Are they gonna hug? Are they gonna kiss?
Oh. Oh. Is that a hand? Girl, what you doing? Girl. That's a pickaxe, bro.
I'm afraid.
Girl, what are you doing?
The roles have. Yup.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
What? Oh my gosh, it's Persona! Yeah! Yeah!
What just happened? Huh?
Wait, why is this giving doppelgangers? I'm sorry. It's giving doppelgangers. Every week. It's giving doppelgangers!
First of all, the song's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really nice song, but what the hell was happening?
Persona is about like, what? It's one of those things where like just two women kind of spend a bunch of time together and then like halfway through the film, like a bunch of weird editing techniques happen and then they're like the same person, but they're not, but they're super intertwined, but they're not.
I was not prepared for like a little short film over there.
And all the shots are just so artsy. Okay, look. Doppelgangers evidence, mirrors, nature, two people wearing similar outfits the whole time. Especially in like other doppelganger stories where it's like, there's one where it's like you almost feel there's an obsession with the other.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I think it was? It was like, because they took like a swab from someone. Maybe that's like, oh, I made a clone of myself. And that clone is blindfolded because they don't know what's going on because they just got made. And then eventually it's like, yeah, this sucks, and then it's like, oh, happy with the clone, but then the clone has to go. And then like the pickaxe thing, it's like, oh, I'm about to get rid of the clone, but oh my god, plot twist, the clone is getting rid of the original. I have no idea if that's correct.
The comments, I'm like trying to look for an explanation of the music video, which I probably should not be doing. I should come to my own conclusions. But like, I love how everyone in the comments is like, Yves gets to be gay in a music video.
I mean, it was so in depth. I feel like I need to like sit down with this for like an hour to like really get stuff out of it. But like from a blank listening perspective, it's beautiful. Her voice fits the tone of the piece so good, and it's super light and airy and
singer-songwriter.
Yeah, and effortless, very effortless. Like she's just hitting all of the notes that she needs to in the style that she wants to.
I feel like the range of the vocals was like the most like,
Yeah.
because it's so up there, but I think it's supposed to sound like on flute, like we talk about like production noise, like when you hit those like high notes of just like if you're up close to someone, like you would hear some like air when they do stuff like that, and like or feel the effort or like or hear the effort. And I feel like you can hear the effort in what she's doing, and it's like not from a point of like she's like
struggling. It's expressing.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't get the same like heady, fluty tone. I can only like.
Yeah, it's actually like, how does she get it so soft? This is really nice. You know what's interesting is they left that
That's
crack
really
in.
high. You know, this is the same note as the high note on Golden.
Also there.
Not even a crack really, it's just the change to the next note is a bit broken sounding. No, wait, now it's sounding like artificial to me though.
The auto-tune
Oh, really?
was a really weird thing for me to hear because the guitar is like largely left like acoustic and you have some like intonation inconsistencies. Just a little bit, which is natural when you're recording acoustic guitar and I think contributes to the sound. But then to hear the voice not also complete like
This just perfectly.
yeah, it's like very perfectly like boom, boom, boom. These are the pitches, like right there. It's like really almost like a terraced effect where you can very clearly hear
A what effect?
It's like terraced.
Oh, terraced.
Not that one.
I've never heard of that before.
Like, you know, like terraced dynamics. So like instead of transitioning, T-E-R-R-A-S-E.
Oh no, I know what it is. I know what it is. Maybe I feel that too. I did not clock that, but there's something about the song that feels like it's very much straddling the line between something that sounds quite natural and then something that sounds just a little bit manufactured.
Although the song is very hard to pull off because it is so high.
Oh yeah, and the song felt a lot more grounded once that like Radiohead sounding like sort of the sliding synth. Maybe because those pitches are more perfect, like in line with the auto-tune.
It contextualizes
Yeah.
the vocals more.
I really like the electronic element about like 2/3 of the way through.
It's very satisfying because it really fills out the sound.
That took me by surprise and it sounds fantastic. Dude, this is like SpongeBob with the AirPods in and he's just like...
Then we got some strings in there. That was fun.
Yeah, I think the overall, it's almost unnoticeable, like the build-up, because it's very subtle, I think, because it's all of a sudden, it's like, if you weren't paying attention, it's all of a sudden like, boom, and it's like, oh, wow. But I think it's like the production has been building up the entire time.
Yeah.
So it starts with like the guitar, like one single voice, and then like by the next verse, it's two voices. You got the high and low, but the low is the focus. But same sort of instrumentation in the background, but then I think more stuff is added, and then it's like, even more, and then all of a sudden you got electronics in there and strings in there. It's like, pew!
I felt like the frog in the boiling water. Like I'm being steeped until I don't realize that I'm being steeped until I'm fully invested.
Wow, it's very subtle. It's very subtle. Percussiveness is like the illusion of happiness. That's why it's so dampened, and then it's like the strum of the guitar is like, oh, I wish that was here, but like this is my sad attempt at making a percussion sound, and so it's like, oh, I'm not happy, so I made a clone of myself to try and be happy, and I wasn't. Something like that.
Really interesting piece.
Love that.
There's like an intimacy to the track as well, because I think because it's
Well,
so
it's
minimal,
sparse, yeah.
it's so sparse that it feels like it's probably one person with a guitar singing to you, until it's like even bigger than like you could possibly imagine.
The sounds are also really unsettling. Like the chord progression is really circular. Like I think something about it feels a little bit trapped if you want to reach into the symbolic meaning of it, because they do kind of circle around mainly the same like 4-ish core chords.
Like sometimes you have like a major and then a like a C minor and then a E flat major and then, but sometimes this is and sometimes this is. So it kind of changes up, but it's so subtle that it makes you feel like it's just like the whole song is just one chord progression.
It's like looping around this.
Yeah, like the roots are the same.
Most songs go 1, 6, 4, 5, but they're switching around the 4 and the 5 chords, which gives a really interesting like upwards motion and then a very nice downwards motion, instead of a downwards motion and then an upwards motion into the next chorus. So when you're going upwards and then downwards, I feel like the song has a lot more mellow of a feel rather than back down and then up and then back down and then back up. Yeah, it adds to the mellowness a lot. And it's not, it is roundabout, but it's not blatantly like roundabout, roundabout, roundabout.
It's very indie pop, I would say. The harmonies, definitely shades of melancholy, cold tones, I think. Yeah, let me catch a few notes, 7 seconds.
I almost wish they took like a voice memo of her singing this.
Is it? Where is it? Oh, that's crazy. I'm not. Is this in a half key?
Last question, what key is this in?
It's like not. It's, well, okay, here's the deal. So it's definitely tuned down. Well, no, it's in between. It's in between.
Instead of this.
Yves is breaking the perfect pitch, people.
Double check with like a tuner app. Wait.
Yeah, between an F sharp and a G.
That's really weird. So is it auto-tuned to be like a half key for her?
Yeah, that's why I don't know whether she sang it. Like the auto-tune, is it to adjust to the
Okay,
half
hold
key,
on.
or did she sing it in the half key and then they just decided to add auto-tune afterward? Because this is not her first half key song.
Everything is just a little bit flat, and that affects the entire song. That's why it feels kind of off.
Yeah.
Does perfect pitch really, like, what does that do for you guys, like, as classical musicians?
It definitely informs a lot of the characteristics of the music, when we listen to something.
When you tone down a piece and you mix it a certain way, the natural human response is to be a lot more calm and a lot more thoughtful and pensive and just like, especially in a song like this, with everything else described. But it's in G, but they lowered it in the mixing. It's a really interesting concept that I love when people do. I got it from the beginning. Honestly, most indie writers do that a lot.
Okay.
Wait, now that it's like I figured out the final piece of the puzzle, I actually think the voice and the instruments do gel very well. They just both, yeah. I don't hear the disconnect anymore.
Really?
It's the disconnect was because of the key it was in.
Yeah.
But man, this has changed. This has changed the song's perception completely. When I was first listening to it, I'm sometimes hearing the first chord as a G flat, and then sometimes I'm hearing it as a G natural. And I did not realize why that was happening. I thought it was just my perfect pitch, not my imperfect perfect pitch messing with me. But it turns out there's a method to the madness.
I think she's on a quarter tone.
What?
Ah! What the what?
Hell yeah.
Wait, what?